Hello, this is Chaff Commander Coffee back with another episode of Dominions4 Thrones of Ascension. It is now fall in Year 7 of the Ascension Wars, and we edge ever closer to our invasion. In fact, I believe it's next turn that we will be moving into hostile provinces and starting our conquests of the sea to see if we can't secure those final thrones that we need to win the game. So, let's go over what has happened in this turn. Our research in blood magic has been completed. We are now up to level 8 blood magic, and as you can see, the cost for research has become very large. 14,000 research points required. So we may not be able to hit the fabled level 9 research, but that's not a problem because we do have access to some very, very cool spells now, and we will be using some of them, although I'm not sure how much play those spells will actually get to see, which is a bit disappointing, but we'll see how it all pans out in the end. Right, so that's blood magic completed. Solve has claimed the Throne of the Moon, which brings us another 2 points closer. So we're currently on, if I'm not mistaken, Thrones of Ascension, 10 points. We've got 3 from the Throne of the Sun, 2 from the First Stage, Throne of the First Age, which gives us 5. The Throne of the Second Age for another 1, bringing us to 6. The Throne of the Moon brings us to 8, Throne of the Stars and the Brass Throne, both worth 1, bringing us to a total of 10. So we just need 2 more points. 2 more points to attain victory. We have been binding more devils and such, and demons into our army to bolster our forces before our final push. And we've still been doing site searching, as always, because we need to find magic sites. And I believe we weren't very lucky this turn. We have not found any new magic sites. But that's nothing to worry about. There has been a proclamation from Lunawati. Takultu, the general, the world's most beloved hero, shall hereby be known as the Prophet of Bifroms. I'm not sure how helpful that prophet will be. However, Lunawati is very close to the Lake of Fortune, and them having a new prophet means that they do have another character available to capture that throne. So we need to be wary of that. Our blood hunting brought us in quite a number of more slaves, which is useful. Unrest in Syria is very high, so we'll go back to researching. In Duvan, unrest is quite high. I'm going to bring them onto research again. Brightgate, no real unrest, so we'll carry on blood hunting there. And in Saltoham, there's no unrest, so we'll carry on blood hunting there as well. There were some battles, but we'll come back to those in a moment. An unexpected event has occurred in Epernia. That will be more water gems, And in the forest of Gila, people of the native tribe have presented a gift, a berserker pelt. Not bad, not bad. An unexpected event has occurred in Uzid Yazran. Got some 6 earth gems. It's quite nice. And in Umbor, a hidden laboratory has been found and claimed in your name. We gained a lab, a number of gems, and a dragon helmet. It's pretty good. One of our scouts was discovered and swiftly dispatched, which is not a problem. We're still under siege in Emilzar. Let's take a look at how badly this siege is going. 281 defense left, so we have about 2 turns before they will actually break through the walls. There is 270 units currently sieging Emilzar. Mainly Lycian lizard men, but they also have a huge hill giant, which is probably battering the gates down pretty effectively. So we'll go through the rest of... we killed some brigands. we did manage to secure the Whispering Legion, which is going to be pretty useful. And there were some battles. So there was a battle in Green Waters. Moddy has attacked us in Green Waters. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do very well. I think the Reef Giants alone should be enough to yeah, crush through the foul spawn. Oh, although, mind you, they did just kill one of my Reef Giants, which is a bit unfortunate. This lumber construct is actually fairly well armed. Is this their prophet? Thistle the prophet. Wow, they brought their prophet in to try and capture this throne. So we need to see if we can kill him if possible. That would be very helpful if we can. Although I believe there... Ah, he might not rout because he has 50 morale. Which would be very useful if we can catch him and remove him. So if we can surround him, which it looks like we are. Oh, he does have a fire shield, which is going to be quite annoying. And the poison cloud from our Childs of Tiamat is actually causing quite a lot of damage to our army. Oh dear. How much did we lose in Green Waters? 25 men, which is a bit unfortunate, but not too bad, not too bad. We did get rid of their prophet, which is great, and we captured a Helmet of Heroes, which is not bad either. There was a battle in Old Flood, so they did move a force to attack us in Old Flood. I think they might take this province, since we only have Tritons protecting it. But they're not really aquatic units, their army isn't, so we might be alright. We'll see. We have... Okay, so the Tritons, some of the Tritons are fleeing, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's see if we can't get a few more kills before... We might win this if our Tritons kill their commander here. Dentatus the Inferno Master. No, I think our army's been routed. So, yes, the foul spawn did manage to push us out of the Old Flood, but we did kill most of them. So we'll see. That should be an easy reconquest. Not that we really need it, but something to keep in mind. And there was a battle in Bonelands, so they've started to move further south as well. We do have quite a lot of barbarians here. We'll see how that goes. They did just summon a fire elemental, which is going to be quite bad for us, since barbarians will probably get killed quite swiftly by that. But we'll see how the barbarians do. Unfortunately, they are going to get hit on the first attack, which is quite bad. Oh, some of them are fleeing without even striking. That is very bad. Let's see if we can't kill some more of their foul spawn. Oh, we have managed to rout them. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Oh, the fire elemental's disappeared. But it's just the commander and one archer. Yeah, wasn't enough. But we did manage to rout most of their units, so they don't have much of a force here. Although the Farron Mountains is open to attack, so what we're going to do is we're going to move our Archdevils. I believe that was the last real event that happened that turn. So we'll move our Archdevils. We're going to equip this Warrior Mage with some items. We'll give him the Ice Sword. We will give him a Ring of the Warrior, a Barkskin Amulet, and what else can he have? We can give him the Shield of Soft Earth as well. So we'll just give him some basic items to try and increase his combat power. And he can cast some basic buffs on himself to increase his survivability. We're going to take some of these Colossi Warriors. and we're going to give them to... We'll give them to the warrior mage. Set them to fire at the closest enemy. And we're going to move... We'll give him some goblin archers as well, and have them just hang back and fire at the closest enemy. We'll put them on skirmish as well. Have the battle mage. We'll have him sit on the flank, and I'll set him up to cast some spells once he's moved into the Ferren Mountains. I will try and boost the province defense here a little, just to give us some more goblins to work with. Just sort this regiment out as best we can. There we go. Right, and these men should be enough. We'll move Eramas as well, since he has the Skull Talisman and can create some skeletons, just to give us a little bit of extra defense force there. And they should be more than enough to handle anything that comes that way. Have him holding it and then large monster, just to give him some basic commands. Right, that should be adequate. Hark has finished building, so in fact we'll move Hark down there as well, since Hark is probably more than enough for a small force just by himself. So that should be an adequate defense force for the Ferren Mountains. Burial is going to move into Golem range and start summoning devils. We have, this is Lifraz's army. They need to move into Uzid Yazran. We'll pick up as many cavalry as we can really afford to. Right, so there we go. And some more goblins here we can give to Lifraz. Lifraz, you don't need the Girdle of Might anymore. You need a Goblet of the Sea King, which we don't have. Right, so they're going to have to wait for a few turns then, aren't they? We did have some more water mages in Epernia here. Right, you're going to need to forge some goblets, because I used them all up on the other army. So we don't really need to take Anfar with us, so he can patrol. Pandu is going to need some way of entering the... he's not really necessary, so we'll have him research as well. We do need these two... We'll move them into Gila, because there is a laboratory here, so they can go to Gila and then pick up... We only need one goblet. We don't have any lying around. Okay, well, we'll take Pandu as well. Or maybe take Anfar. We'll take Anfar, because he can at least command some units. So we'll take Anfar as well. And we're also binding more devils here, so he can pick up whatever devils have been summoned. And some more units as well. This army is fine. And then we have our force that is moving into Greenwaters. Or has moved into Greenwaters. I forgot to move Perseus, which is a bit of a shame. So I think what we'll do is we'll have Perseus try to recapture some of our other provinces. He can probably attack Old Flood and then perhaps Devourer. But the main army here, we'll take Saladar, we'll take V, we'll take Simois, we'll take most of the water mages, Ogorol, the undead mages, we need Solve, we'll take Argias, and Ahmad. We'll leave Turk behind. You know, I called him Tok in the last episode. It's actually umlauts, so that's Turk, or Tuck. Tuck, I guess. And we'll move into Baptizer. So this is going to be the majority of what I'm doing this turn, is scripting this army, but we'll come back to that. We summoned another Archdevil. We got Ethanim. Ethanim wields a flaming sword and is an exceptional general. So we have... Oh, I'll come back to... I'm just going to research for now. Ethanim will be... I'm going to have him move to Divan and then to Saltnaham. Or probably... can I get him to... Right, I can't get him to Saltnaham in one turn. I think if I move him to Duvan, he can't get to Saltnaham in one turn either. So... I'll have him move to Golem range as well, just to be on the safe side. Now Ridwani is going to change his casting this turn. He is not going to bind another Archdevil. There's only one more to bind. and then we will have all of them under our control. Instead, he is going to bind a Heliophagus. They're pretty scary, so we'll see which one we get, but they're all very good. It might also give us a bit more flexibility with our magic, because the Heliophagi are a bit more varied in their magic paths, whereas the Archdevils, it's pretty much all fire magic except Maggoth. I think there's another one who has water magic, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But we have 4 of the 5, so that's quite good. Right, let's get scripting this army. So, actually, let's just make sure we've picked up all the units here. We have. Okay. So, we have... Let's think about the best commanders we have in this force. Solve is going to be giving the biggest morale bonus. Maybe not the highest morale bonus, but he'll be giving quite a large one. We're going to leave him with the devils. These ones, these imps and the demon knights, we'll take the imps. We're going to consolidate the imps over here because they're a or who has got a Kagale? You have a... you do. Right. You can put that back in the lab and we'll give you the Crown of Command we just made. And the reason for that is I want Kagale to lead all of the imps. And we'll put these devils on Solve as a bodyguard. So these imps are just going to be in a sparse line behind our goblins, and they will just be firing at the closest thing. I don't think they'll even throw flames, they'll probably just get stuck in melee. These elite skirmishers can mix with this line. We can't mix them too much. Let's see. We'll give Solve these sacred units, and we'll have them in front of him, and they can just be set to attack rearmost. We'll have these demon knights mix up here. He won't be able to command all of them. Let's see, we've got some more sacred goblins. He can take the rest of those. Alright, which means that these goblins can go to this commander. We'll have a sort of box of elite skirmishers there. We're going to take half of these cavalry, or yeah, about half of them, and move them over to... who do we want? Move them over to Ilatos, and we'll have 2 squads. We'll have 10 set to guard the commander, and the other 20 can be set to attack rearmost on this flank. Got the... they're guarding him. These demon knights need to go to this commander here, Argias, who unfortunately can't command unless we give him double demon whips. Now, it's because he's got too much command on the... Right, can we give you more? We can. Excellent. I was going to say, it's probably because of the... No, he can't command anymore. Is that... Right, it doesn't stack. Right, fair enough. So, these other 5 demon knights can go to Solve. Don't see why not. Got some bulky, large units at the front. I want these to get engaged fairly quickly because they have a poison aura. In fact, these guys probably need to mix up here. Yeah, okay. Right, so we want to pull these guys back a bit. Let's just go through from top to bottom. Right, we want them to be hold and attack closest. We've got 2 sets of sacreds in a large line. They can remain like that. Saladar can be set to spam skeletons. We'll put him... he's undead, so he doesn't get affected by poison, so we'll put him at the front there to spam some skeletons. These goblins can be set in a line about there. Right, yeah, that will be fine, actually. This unit can be set in a line there. fact, we'll put the fiery imps just a little bit further back. These cavalry on the flank can go there. Right. These demon knights. Now, I don't think they're affected by poison. No, they are affected by poison. Okay. So, they can go into a box and go on this flank up here. And I want them to attack the rearmost enemies immediately. They have fear, so we might be able to break some of their regiments before the battle even begins. Now, a lot of these mages are not going to be useful because they're fire mages. So I'm going to just set them to cast... If they're not set to water spells, I'm going to just set them to cast whatever spell they can come up with, I suppose. Because they will probably cast blood magic instead, which should be fairly effective regardless. Right. I think that should be enough. So our army is about 40, 80, another 70 is 160, another 100 there, it's 260, 320, 370, about up to 400, about 450 men. I think that should be enough to push us into Underhome. It should be, unless we meet some serious resistance. And Moonsea's army is up to about, so we've got about 100 there, 150, plus these, that's about another 60, so that's about 200, 250, plus these, it's about 300 men. So we have about 300 men, plus the reinforcements from Lift Rays should bring their army to about 400 as well. We have 400 ready to take Lake Fortune, and another 400 moving to take Underhome. This army has much more effective mage support, which is going to become very useful. Moonsea less so, but they are moving just into independence. They don't have to fight through the Medians as well. So hopefully that should be enough. Now, I can't really think of what else we're going to need. No real mercenaries to recruit. This should be fine. Can the Farron Mountains recruit? It can recruit some men. We'll get some more spear warriors and just put them on repeat. Golem Range. We won't recruit more Colossi. And Deeper Gore, we won't there either. Because I'm just not sure what I will be doing with those. Mostly purely for defensive purposes, but I might need to mix in some more archers or some such. We'll see. Maybe not in the underground, but certainly on the surface some more archers couldn't hurt. Right. I think that should be fine. Yeah. Okay. We'll end the turn there. See how this goes. So the campaign has begun. We are pushing in our final attempt to capture the thrones we need. If this doesn't work, we may be dragged into quite a prolonged war, which could become very difficult logistically to keep up. Especially since we've abandoned the east, or at least most of our defences in the east to pursue this. But I have high hopes. I think this might be the winning move. So, it is now late fall in the 7th year of the Ascension Wars. And I will end the episode there. It's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.